What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Throttle YouTube channel. If you're new here, my name is Evan, and today's episode is really awesome. A ton of work gets done on the R32. But before we get into it, I have to let you know that today is the last day to get entered to win our 2021 STI plus $20,000 in cash. For every dollar you spend on our website, whether you're buying car parts or merchandise, that's gonna give you an automatic entry to win. And the deadline is tonight, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time tonight. The sweepstakes is over. Now, I don't wanna see in the comment section that you missed it or you didn't remember or you didn't hear about that it was ending today. Get those entries in, check out the link in the video description. Good luck to everyone who entered. And in about 5 to 10 business days, we're gonna be calling one of you guys to come out here to San Diego, meet the whole Throttle and Hoonigan team, and come get your car. So good luck and enjoy today's video.
Welcome back to the vlog, guys. My name is Ricky, and today I'm going to continue to work on the R32. Since we stripped the whole engine bay, engines out, every electronic is out, the harness, the brake booster, everything's completely out of the engine bay. It is time for me to pressure wash it, clean it, make it look better. And I'm going to start tack welding every single hole that we made, or we are going to cover when the engine goes back in.
Whoa, Quinn just hopping out the bay?
That's
Ricky brought the car out to pressure wash it, and literally every line is open right now. We got fuel lines exposed, all the power steering lines, well, one of them's pissing, but the heater lines, open. Fuel lines, open. So I gotta run, get some plastic bags and wrap all that stuff up so we don't hose literally every open connection with pressurized water.
Oh, he's still talking? He's done? What a little crybaby. This is why my builds take couple of hours to build and his takes a couple of days. He's so cautious. He's so Queen quality. Bro, just pressure wash it, and when you start the car, it'll flush all the water out.
What are you doing?
Squeaky clean.
I think she's cleaning up, huh?
Ooh, look at that, look at that, look at that, look at that.
Woo!
Oh, come on, Quinn. Wow.
Yeah. That was all me. He didn't do anything.
You hear that, Quinn? His face looks a little red, though. I don't know. I think Quinn did all the work.
Yeah, he was doing this. That's what you were doing. I was actually pushing.
Push the whole car with these shoes on, look at that.
Yeah, what is that? Let me see that again. Let me see it.
Yeah.
Somebody buy this man some new shoes.
That's the SpongeBob. When I'm racing, you need that little extra toe. You stick the toe out.
Oh my God.
That's how you heel toe. You one toe on the brake, toe, boom. That's what those are racing shoes.
Alright, so I'm gonna get my Lincoln Electric Power MIG ready so I can start welding here.
Why are we using a MIG instead of a TIG?
MIG in my case, like I've been using it for we've been using this one for about 3 years. And the good thing about the 210 MP welder that is super easy to set up, you literally plug it in. I'll show you. Plug it in, press home, and then you just set up, you do your settings, right? And then here you select the gauge of metal you have. Press enter and it literally puts you in a basic area that you need to go, and then you make very, very small adjustments from there and you get a perfectly weld every time. So I really, really love this thing, super easy to use, and we use it here very, very often. So shout out to Lincoln Electric for this badass welder. Now let's get to welding.
And that shirt?
Oh yeah, dude.
You got everything right now.
This is their new jacket.
Oh, this is the new Bad Apple version helmet. Mazda red. Hey, did you order me one of those?
I did, but you didn't grab it, so I took it from you.
Where's your Lincoln Electric gloves, though?
Oh, right here, baby.
Wow.
You got the full fit.
I do have.
You can go out to the club like this, pick up some ladies.
Damn,
You know what I'm
don't push it, bro. First.
saying? There you go. Sweat it out.
I'm looking like the R32 is gonna look in a few weeks. Can I help you, sir?
What's going on with the Skyline? What's happening?
It's going straight to the junkyard.
What?
No, it's gonna get dropped.
Say that.
The engine bay is finally gonna get painted.
We saved this car from the junkyard.
Yeah, we did. It wasn't that bad, but it was pretty bad. Now we just made it pretty badass, and now it's gonna get even more badass. Can I say that?
Yeah, you can say
I can say that.
So we got everything filled. Ricky went through and primered the whole bay. Next time we see this thing, it should be pretty painted body color.
Okay, the car's dropped off here at Torrey Pines Collision. They're gonna go ahead and take care of the engine bay for us. The rest of the work that needs to be done to get some yellow on it, probably a week or two's time, and we'll have it back to give us an opportunity to start building the engine.
Several days later.
Damn, look at this fitment. Sheesh. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Wow, dude. So we originally were just gonna paint this ourselves and paint it black, and as this project kind of continued, you're like, you know what? Let's just go for it and make it body color, and that was definitely the right move. That looks so good. And now it's time to build the motor, Quinn, or get the motor ready.
Yeah, I still got a lot of work to do to start putting stuff
This
together.
stuff is so bright when it first comes back because there's like nothing settled on it.
Every time.
Damn.
Skyline is back in the shop. Before we gave the Skyline back to get painted, we pretty much stripped the entire engine bay. One of the things I removed was the main chassis wiring harness out of the way so that the bay could be painted. And now we're gonna start reassembling the engine bay. Just move the chassis fuse box up underneath the wheel well. So the fuse box from the factory sits about here, as it did on the Eclipse, and we're actually gonna tuck it up right about here. Now it's really nice being under here. If you need to check your relays or you need to check your fuses, all you do is crank the wheel and everything's right there. But what you don't get is the big look of having a fuse box in the engine bay, taking up space. All we're gonna see is nice clean shock towers. I'm gonna get this somewhere like this. Might be angled, might be a little bit back more. And then of course we're gonna run this harness up over so it doesn't get pinched or crushed when we air out. Alright, so the fuse box for the Skyline is relocated. Main harness running into the chassis is actually secured up in the fender well. So when we reinstall the fender, it'll actually come over and kind of hold this in place so that it doesn't unclip and fall into the wheel well, get trashed or anything, and everything is out of the way. This is actually completely aired out, so there's gonna be no rubbing of the harness or the box. Bash bar is back on. We jetted it black because it looked terrible. It had I do have to kind of route this harness along the front. This is for like the headlights, the horns, the AC, some other things like that. But Ricky actually wants to roll the car outside and pressure wash the bay again.
There's a lot of yellow dust in it. And then tomorrow I want to shoot it all black.
Next up, we're going to be addressing the air conditioning system that's in the Skyline. We're actually going to be pulling everything out. So when this went over to Torrey Pines Collision, we actually had them vac down the AC, so there's no more Freon on this. Also, this car runs an R12 system, which you cannot get R12 anymore, so we're going to be converting it to R134A, which is a more prominent refrigerant that's more widely used now, and it's a good upgrade over R12. Before we do that, we're going to take everything off, because a lot of these lines look kind of crusty and gross, and just not a good look. So take all of this stuff off, clean it up, make it look nice and pretty. So now I'm gonna keep jamming on the spindles. I'm gonna get the brake caliper and the brake rotor off, see if we can get the dust shield off without taking the wheel bearing apart, which we're not going to do. And then we'll start sanding everything, cleaning everything, and then I gotta take the power steering lines off of the rack itself so we can get a better clean on the rack. It's the next morning, guys. All of our parts have dried. All the clear is looking really nice. Everything looks perfect. So now we actually got to get everything off of the rack, because that's the rack that Will's working on the Z, and literally all of the Skyline suspension parts are hanging from it.
Yeah, you guys took up my whole rack.
Will's trying to work on the Z, and we just littered his rack with Skyline parts. So we're gonna start putting all of this stuff back onto the car.
Hate you guys!
The only thing I'm not gonna be putting on right now is the AC system. It's gonna be a lot easier to put the engine in and a lot less damage, risking less damage having the AC system completely out. Now that it's decompressed all the way, I won't have to be fighting compressor lines to get the engine in, so we're gonna leave that out until the long block is back in the car. So I'm starting off this morning working on the Skyline by cleaning the AC compressor and all the lines with it. Pretty standard 30-year-old looking corrosion. This is what we pulled out of the car. There's some good aluminum corrosion, pretty typical for Japanese cars. I ran this section over with just some plain old Scotch-Brite, and it shines it up quite a bit. We have a piece of white Scotch-Brite here that I'm gonna be using after. So Mickey actually did this piece yesterday, and it's a lot shinier. If you hit it with just the normal Scotch-Brite, it kind of gets hazy, and then using that white Scotch-Brite kind of polishes it up. So going from that to that is
the name of the game.
So I'm gonna sit here and clean everything, make it look real nice, and hopefully I can get everything nice and clean as I see. AC lines are looking beautiful. Next up on the list, I'm going to be tackling the steering rack. So I'm going to be pulling pretty much all the power steering lines off that are not kind of included with the rack. So our main feed line here has got to come off, and then our high pressure line, I believe is this guy, needs to come off as well. No, this is the pressure line. So this is the pressure line, that's got to come off, and then our return line's got to come off as well. I'm going to be cleaning all these independent of the rack, and then we can get to cleaning the rack itself. Our subframes are back on, our suspension, our uprights, everything's back together and tight, which is really good. I'm not going to assemble the rest of the steering system because we have a few replacement parts coming. So we're going to be replacing the outer tie rods. The boots are a little torn out, and we're also going to be replacing this steering shaft coupler here, this little rubber guy. We have a GK-Tech billet aluminum replacement coupler on the steering shaft as well. That's really going to firm up the wheel feel, and you're going to get a lot more response out of it, so it's going to be a lot better.
I just got done taking out the rear caliper for the R32, and it looks kind of, yeah. I'm gonna end up cleaning this thing up, prepping it for paint. I have the rear calipers ready to be sprayed with silver, and I'm going to actually delete this V from the front calipers that we got going on. So I ended up scuff padding the front end, then I'm going to blend it in with the silver, then shoot a clear coat over it, and it's going to make it look the same way it looked before, but without the V in the center. And I'm going to paint those calipers the same color as I'm shooting the front. We ended up ordering some StopTech rear rotors and some StopTech rear pads. We'll take the old ones out, we'll put the new ones in, and we'll be able to mount our new, let me get the calipers, hold on. And we'll be able to mount our rear calipers with everything brand new in it, and this thing is gonna look, not only look better, but stop better. All right, now that this side is completely done, I'm gonna do the exact same thing on the other side, and there's no really need to record it because it's the same thing. So I'll see you guys when I start the front ones. All right, so as you can see, we have our StopTech front rotor, we have our EBC yellow stop pad, and we have our Brembo big brake kit that we're gonna be installing using the Street Faction caliper adapter. We also have a hard lines from GK-Tech that we're going to be using as well. So we are finally going to have the full set of brakes all the way around. So enough talking, let's just get to work.
All right, that's gonna be it for today's video, guys. We got a lot of stuff done on the Skyline. We're making really good progress. I can't wait to see the motor going back in this thing. It's gonna be in very soon. Don't forget, guys, today is your last day to get entered to win our 2021 STI Sweepstakes plus $20,000 cash. So head over to throtl.com, pick up some of your favorite merch, pick up some car parts for your own cars, and you could get entered to win our car. Today is the last day, so head over, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.
Damn, I got that.
What?
I got that.
Look at this line.
Red Shirt Tuesday!
I told you I don't have them anymore. No more Red Shirt Tuesday for me because they were so dirty that I couldn't wear them no more. So somebody tell everybody else to start making Red Shirt Tuesday shirts so we can have them. Ooh, well, you guys should buy some too. Every Tuesday we should start posting Red Shirt Tuesday. Just saying.
This is Clint.
I'm gonna suck.
Whoa! Hey, buddy, what's up? Quinn going at it again. Camera number 3 about to go down.
Chill out.
That camera's sweet, alright?
I've only crushed one camera like 3 to 4 years that I've been here. You've been here for what? 10 minutes? This is camera number 3?
It's fine. The camera's perfect.
Yo, again.
No. So I'm gonna sit here and clean everything, make it look real nice, and hopefully I can get everything nice and clean as that single pipe is.
I got a single pipe for you.